Recording in progress.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome you to this second lesson for this holiday for mathematics. I'm very happy to see all of you come back here. And I'm praying that we have a very good network today in our lesson, but also to have students try to participate as much as they can. Before we start, I want to get a volunteer to give us an opening prayer. And like we've always done, a volunteer who gives us an opening prayer gets that opportunity to tell us their names, where they are coming. Mention a word or two to the remaining class. I want to welcome you. I'm going to request that a volunteer puts up their hand to give us an opening prayer. The rest, you kindly close your microphones until when you have something to submit. Can we get a volunteer? Yes, Daniela.
Humble yourselves for word of prayer. Mighty Lord Jesus Christ, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for this lesson. Lord Father, as we are going to have it, may we please understand everything. In the mighty name of Jesus, we have prayed. Amen.
Thank you very much, Daniela, for that very wonderful prayer. May we type amen in the chat to believe in that prayer. And Daniela, you didn't make an introduction. Maybe pick up that microphone and tell us your name and where you're coming from.
My name is Wagala Daniela. I'm from Ndeje. Yeah.
Okay, Daniela, you're most welcome, and the rest of the team. Now, kindly, your microphone. First, to close everyone's microphone from this side. Just that it is not very in order, but we'll be forced to do that for purposes of having a very good discussion. I want to welcome you once again to this math lesson. And I would request that we will be very, very disciplined like we've always been. And just to remind you of my name, I called Masaverisa, work with Mbali Secondary School. I also work with the Holistic E-Learning Platform, where we give lessons or we try to engage students from all over the country in holidays. We try to give you work here and there to make sure we cover up that gap. And this holiday, we started last week. We've done several lessons across different subjects, like you see them in the timetable. And this is the second week of this holiday for the Holistic E-Learning Platform. And this is the second last. So that means next week we'll be having our very last lesson here. And specifically for mathematics, this is lesson 2. And next week we shall have lesson 3 that comes with our activity of integration. And we've been looking at mappings and relations. Like I said, I gave you the syllabus last week, and I can always share it again. And I'm going to work with Daniela still, because let me see here. I'm going to be working with Daniela, but anyone who has at least a word to all of us can always put up the hand before we really start and say hi to class at least. Tell us especially where you're coming from and at least a word to the whole class. But also you should not forget to tell us the school where you're coming from. I want to start with, can you put up your hand such that we can always give you a chance? Kwagala Daniela is not now on the call. I don't know where she has gone. Can we get some other person to work with me here as a co-host and specifically going through the chat to see what is there. Girena, if that is how they pronounce your name, can you confirm that you have a good network?
Yes.
Girena, that is, which one is your full name?
Glenna Esther.
Okay, Glenna Esther, you're going to, yeah, specifically what is in the chat, and you will be, of course, assisted with Daniela in the chat there. All right, we are going to give chance to anyone to say hello to us. Have all your hands gone down? Say hello. It's a good practice at least to say hello to the class and test your microphone if it's working. At some point, I can give you a chance to talk to us. And when you try, the microphone is not working well. I saw Asime Paul. Do you want to say hi to us?
Yeah.
Proceed.
Hello, good afternoon, guys.
Yes, Asime, your full name and the school where you're coming from.
My name is Asime Paul, and I study from Obudo SS.
Obudo SS. Good. You're most welcome, Asime, and read for us the Budo team that side when you go back. Can we hear from Paul Luyitayita? That is the wrong name. Paul, you can start from there.
Hello, I'm Luyitayita from St. Kalemba.
St. Kalemba. Yeah, say hello to us. Tell us at least a word. You can't just say hello and it is enough.
Yeah, I missed the last birthday lesson. This one is my first lesson.
Yeah, it's very okay. Kalimba will have to encourage you to always come. And if you missed, you're not very bad off. You can always catch up with us. Can we hear from someone is called Zoe? This is a familiar name here. Can proceed.
Hello.
Yes, please.
My name is Sheila. Sheila Suri. I come from Wampeo.
Sheila Suri. Wampeo. Kentucky. And you're most welcome, Sheila Suri. And greet for us the team that side when you go back. Okay, can we hear from, I have a namesake here, if that was not in a mistake. Can we hear from Erisa?
My name is Mayanja Erisa. I come from Budeses.
Mayanja. Yes. Okay, you're most welcome, Mayanja Erisa, and always represent us so well when you go back to Budeses. Yeah, maybe because of time, I can't give everyone a chance. But a quick one, just mention your name and go. May.
Good afternoon.
Yes, May. May, don't close your microphone. We don't have a lot of time.
Good afternoon. My name is Amutohare Shama May.
Yes, from where?
From Makerere College.
Makerere College. Yeah,
yes.
Greetings, the entire team at the Makerere College School. And present us so well. Elon?
I will.
Oh. Elon, proceed, Elon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes.
My name is Elon Daniel.
Yes, from
Chibuka SS.
Chibuka
SS.
Chibuka SS. Where is that?
It is located in Bombo Road, near Bombo Road.
Okay, read for us that team that side when you go back and always represent us well. Make sure you go there to score only threes. We don't want a 2, we don't want a 1. And because of time, I will be stopping there for those who wanted to say hello, and you'll be talking to us along the way. I want to welcome all of you once again to this lesson. I want to request all those whose hands have been up just to say hi to us, to kind them down. And I want to encourage you to use the chat. I have 2 people I'm working with. In the chat there, we have Esther. Esther didn't tell us the school where she's coming from, and she'll be working with Wagara Daniela from DGSS. And kindly write anything in the chat that should pique my attention, especially a question, but also giving feedback if in case I ask some question. But also there is that raise hand feature. If you don't know where it is under reactions. I want to test just for the sake of testing. Under reactions, you should be able to see where to raise the hand from. And maybe if we had time, we would try to see if people can raise their hand, but because of time, we'll assume you now to raise the hand. In the previous lesson, we talked about mapping and relations, but I also took you through the previous topics you covered in senior 1, and specifically how a question paper is set. And this question paper is always called end of year assessment, and it has several parts. It has section A, it has section B, and we talked about section A having 2 questions, and 2 questions are compulsory. These items in question 1, these items in section A are always 2 and they are compulsory, and these items come from those topics. I'm talking about the senior 1 class. Then even when you go to UNEB, mathematics is going to be set under themes. The first item is going to come from the first theme, which is numbers. The second item is going to come from patterns and algebra. Now, patterns and algebra and numbers are the 2 themes that make up question item 1 and 2, respectively, and they make up section A, and this is compulsory. For those who understand what I'm saying, should now know that when you're reading a theme called numbers, it's very, very essential because it's compulsory. It has topics like listed here on my screen. And the second theme that is very, very key is patterns and algebra. And it has those topics you're seeing on my screen for senior 1. When you go to senior 2, the topics continue to pile up, but does not change. The theme remains numbers, the theme remains patterns and algebra. The topics increase, but the theme remains, and it will make up your question item 1 and 2. These are compulsory. Question item 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 come from section B. And section B has part 1 and part 2, and you do only 1 item from each part. Part 1 of section B has question 3 and 4 from data and probability. You pick 1 question from that area. And part 2 of section B has question 5 and 6. You only pick 1 from that area. That is geometry and measures. I discouraged in the previous lesson students who only concentrate on 1 topic and read. I even tested my class here and I asked if they have any favorite topic. Everyone was telling me geometrical constructions and bearing. Then that one makes only 1 question in the question paper. So your favorite topic should be geometrical construction, bearing, it should be equations of the line, it could be sequences and patterns, it should be working with integers, fractions, percentage. So make sure your favorite topics cut across the entire question paper, something like that. I can't wait to see you people pass with flying colors when it comes to your final papers. And I even showed you what we expect you to study when you go back to your schools, specifically senior 2 term 1, and you're going to only concentrate on 3 themes. The first theme will be patterns and algebra, which we have started on already here. The second theme will be data and probability, and the last theme will be numbers. You will be required to study only 4 topics when you go to term 1, when you're going to your respective schools. So at the Holistic Learning Platform, we always give you a feel of how your first topic is going to look like every time you come for holiday. So we've started already on mappings and relations, and we will be proceeding. If time allows, we'll switch to vectors and translations and so on. Our plan is always to make sure every time you go to your respective schools, you help your friends understand these concepts, because for you, you'll be revising with them. And when they set an assessment, Holistic Learning Platform students normally should get a 3, and let the whole country wonder where you people always study these things from. So I'll be switching straight to today's lesson. I will move straight to today's lesson, and maybe I want to skip directly to today's lesson, and will be okay. I'll stop sharing my screen temporarily to get the right slide. And today's lesson, we're going to talk about mappings. Mappings, especially the types of mappings. I gave you an activity for you to go through in the morning. So I believe you prepared your work, and I can't wait to see what you have for us. So I want to open the right content here. Okay, sorry about that. My network was terrible here, but we'll be proceeding. In today's lesson, we are going to continue with mappings and relations, but specifically we are going to talk about arrow diagrams. And arrow diagrams, we talked about them in the previous lesson. And the previous lesson, we talked about mappings, and we talked about something called the arrow diagram, much as I did not so much emphasize it. In the previous lesson, out of experience, I noticed many people didn't write down, because when I asked people to post on WhatsApp, they literally had nothing to post. So I pray that you have where to write this time round, because this is very key. And your activity of integration will come at least from an area that has an arrow diagram and specifically to do with mappings and relations. So we are going to see something called an arrow diagram. And when you look at an arrow diagram, in the previous lesson, we said, if you have a mapping diagram like this, for example, we are having 1, and it is pointing to 1 this side. We have a 3, it is pointing to 9 this side. We have a 4, it is pointing to 16 this side, and 5 is pointing to 25. This means those two sets are related. The two sets are related, and we will always call this one set A, and maybe let me use red. This one will be always called set A, and this will be always called set B. And what makes it an arrow diagram is that it always has an arrow ended at the point this side where it is showing you where it is connecting to. And once the arrow is facing this side, then this one becomes set B. And if the arrow is facing this side by any chance, but I've not seen such scenarios, but just in case the arrow is facing that side, then this one becomes the main set and it becomes set A. But in this particular lesson, the arrow will be facing this other side. So once the arrow is facing this side, this one be set A and this one be set B. And we say 2 is mapped onto 4. 2 is mapped onto 4 and 2 is mapped onto 4. I think this particular example doesn't bring out what I want to talk about here. But let me maybe clean this. We say, for example here, we say 4 is mapped onto 4 is mapped onto 4 is mapped onto 16 to mean 4 is in set A and it is being mapped onto 16. And they will always ask you to explain why 4 is mapped onto 16. And in the previous lesson, we said for any mapping to exist, then there must be a relationship. And the relationship here means to get 16, they are squaring 4. So that one means 4 is squared to get 16. And they are related. Why? Because 16 is a square root of 4, if you want to talk about it in the reverse order. 5 squared, the answer is always 25. It can't be 5 squared and you get 9. That's why they're pointing 5 to 25 like that. So it is very important for you to know that if they ask you to say which relationship have they used to come up with this relation, to come up with this mapping, to understand where the relationship is coming from. Always study the two values, 3 and 9, and see if there is any relationship, and that is what you talk about. So this brings us to what we are going to talk about in today's lesson, and that is the domain and range. So if you have two sets, A and B, which one becomes your domain and which one becomes your range? The domain is going to be where the set A is, or where the arrow is originating from. And the range is going to be where the arrow is pointing at. And in some books, actually this domain, sometimes this domain is referred to as the object. And this range is referred to as the image. So you have the object, you have the image at all times when you're doing a mapping diagram. You must have the domain, you must have the object. You must have the domain, you must have the range, or you must have the object and you must have the image. For example, in this diagram that you've seen on your screens, 3 is the object and 9 is the image. O3 is the domain, and 9 is the range. Domain is a set, range is also a set. Object are those items inside, and they form a set called the domain. And we are going to make use of this knowledge so much when it comes to vectors ahead of us. So let's see what is domain and what is range. Can someone give us an idea if they asked you to explain or to give us the difference between the domain and the range? Someone should give us the difference, or you can use an example, or you can define for us directly. Yes, Aaron?
Sir, just I was asking, how can a set become a domain or a range?
Or how can a set become a domain or a range? We will get to see how it becomes, but in most cases, the person who is setting that exam or that item will always guide you. Or if they have not guided you, then you can read the scenario and know. For example, if they're talking about the parent who is your father and the son, obviously the parent becomes the domain or it becomes the object, and for you, just a photocopy of that parent. So the scenario can always guide you, and the examiner can directly tell you this is the domain and this is the range. I've heard from girls okay, let me hear from Shira. Suvi can pick up from there. Then we will give chance to John. Suvi?
Yes,
Yes,
I'd like
please.
to explain domain.
Yes, you can proceed.
Like, domain is the number whereby it has a relationship. You can either multiply, or it can be a square or a cube of the product, which is the range.
Okay, so it is a number in most cases. Yes, please.
Yes, I think that the domain is mainly where the range is good.
Okay, mainly where the range is from. So for you to have the range, you must have the domain.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Suvi. Can we hear from John? Suvi is from, I forgot the school, Wampeon, Turkey. Yes. John, you can proceed.
Just using my own words, but domain refers to the set of possible inputs where the range is defined.
Where the range is defined. John, which school is that?
St. Kalemba.
St. Kalemba. Hey, St. Kalemba, we now have two people here. Hope you've seen your friend, Louis Taita. That name is very hard. Now, John has tried to give us another feel of a domain. It varies according to his definition. Yes, Kwagara?
I was just saying that people in the chat are not getting it.
Okay. They're not getting what? Daniela, what are they getting? They're not getting?
Like from what you explained, the domain and...
Oh, the domain and range. Okay, we'll get back to them later after I've made my conclusion. Let's hear from, I see Martha and Komgisha. Can I know who is talking for now?
Teacher, for me, I think the domain is a set
That is who? That is Martha or Komgisha?
Oh,
that is, it's one person, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, Martha Komgisha. Yes, you can go on.
A domain is a set whose elements are mapped, and then a range is a set whose elements are images under a mapping.
Yes, in a set where they can be mapped, and these ones are images. Yes, that is still very, very good from Martha. She didn't tell us her school, but we'll get to know with time. Let's hear from Sharon. The last person should be Sharon.
Good afternoon, everyone. For me, I think a domain is anything, the main issue we are looking at, and the range is what is reflected to what we are seeing, like where the arrow is pointing. That is the domain, the main thing that we are looking at, and then the range is our image that we are referring to. That is what I think.
All right. I think that is a good one from Shalom. Shalom, which school is that?
Light Africa Secondary School International.
Light Africa International. Okay. Yeah, that is a good submission from Shalom. And kindly, let's have our microphones closed for now. So everyone has given us their input, and I believe that is very, very good. And we are talking about the domain, we are talking about the range, and most people are saying from the domain, we end up getting the range. So let's write something at least down. We have a definition down there that says a domain is a set of elements or objects to be mapped. So these elements in set A are arrays. And I said for, I think, Daniela and who? Gilena Esther. You people are co-hosts, you're not supposed to put up the hand. If there is anything you want to put across, you speak straight away. Be disciplined, always close the microphone immediately. Yeah, so for the elements, normally they will be waiting, ready to be mapped. For example, in the activity, I'd talked about the flags of the country. Let's take East Africa, for example. You have the flags and the countries are this side. It is the flags that are waiting to be attached to a specific country. Or you have a father who is maybe your parent, and they're talking about the children this side. And if the father is this side of the set, then it's just waiting to be told that for you, the child is in the other room. If maybe a parent has come at a specific school and they want to visit their children, they already know them, but they are waiting to be just directed that for you, the son is in this room or in this class or in this stream, something like that. So the main thing here is the domain, and the range always comes after the domain. The range always comes after. It always comes after the range. I mean, the range always comes after the domain. So, like I said, these two examples that we say have been written wrongly, but that is how an arrow diagram looks like. And make sure you remember the domain, because once you identify the domain, the range is always going to be obvious. And for the range, always these are the images as a result of the domain. The images as a result of the domain are called the range. And we'll get to see with the time what we mean with that. And there is a small definition just below there. The range is a set of elements or image onto which the elements in the domain are mapped. So from the domain, you're able to show us the respective images, and that image make up a set which we always refer to as the range. So, for example, there is an example one given to us here, and it is talking about x squared. It means they've given you the values. Let me cover this maybe for now. I'll cover this such that you are unable to see the center of, let me put it at that point. Here they are saying, they've given you the set. They have given you the set of objects, 1, 2, up to 5, and it is making up what we call the domain. And they are saying for you to get the image this side, then get this element and you square each of them. That's why we have x squared here. Get the elements from set A and square them. And what will be the result this side? And once you're able to get that result, then you would have used the relation called x squared, and you would have mapped it to the rightful images. And I'm going to draw maybe a new set of the range. Let me call this range. And 1 squared, I will open everyone's microphone. I want to hear people giving us the answer here. Are these mathematicians or jokers? Okay, your microphones are open. 1 squared, the answer is what?
1.
Yeah, that is correct. 2 squared?
1.
4.
3 squared?
9.
9.
9.
10.
16.
21.
Right, thank you. That is a good one. And that's a good one. At least people have said something. This cannot be a correct arrow diagram. Why? Because it is missing out these arrows. So you're supposed to direct that it is from this that I got that. So direct. And every time you're directing, you're confirming that this one is a domain and this one is a range. Yes, John?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Most arrow diagrams on the internet they don't have arrows.
Most arrow diagrams on the internet don't have arrows. Now, those ones that don't have arrows, normally they have the word domain down here. And they have the range this other side. So once you have that, the arrow in most cases is underlooked. But also, in most cases, people who write the content on the internet, some of them in most cases are not mathematicians. A mathematician can write their book so well and give a secretary to type it because of time, or maybe the technical expertise is small. So some secretaries omit those arrows, not that they must not be there. So if you can, please put them there. Matthew?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
You've written the range for 5 as 26.
Oh, this is 25, only that my handwriting is very, very good. And thank you for that observation. Let me just correct it here. But I'd written 25 in a very funny handwriting. Something like that. So, that is basically what we call an arrow diagram, and it helps us to show a certain relation in a mapping. And that is what you were seeing here in my previous diagram that I covered. And we will be proceeding from there. So there is another diagram here, but make sure you see it properly, because I want to hide these other numbers. I want to hide the answers. Perfect, like that. You have been given a relation, and they're telling us 2x squared plus 3. 2x squared plus 3, and that is the relation. People were giving us answers very fast, because the other one was just x squared. But this time round, the relation has been changed. The relation is reading 2x squared plus 3. This relationship is a bit stubborn, so you have to get your pen and paper and try it out as a mathematician. And at the right time, if you get the answer, you put up the hand and tell us that for me, I know. For -1, the answer is this. For 0, the answer is this. And me, I'm going to try out for 2. I'm going to try out for 2. I'll give you the answer, and I'm going to show you how they get the answer using the one for 2. And I'm going to put it here. I'm going to try out for the domain element 2. and I'm going to get its answer. I want to know what is the answer. From the domain, from the relation, our relationship is 2x squared plus 3. Here they are meaning, get any value from the domain set, square it and multiply it by 2. On that very value, add a 3. I'm picking 2. I'm picking this one here, 2. I want to see the answer this side. So when my x is 2, what will be my answer? That will be 2. It means where there is x, I replace it with 2. So it will be 2 into x. Remember, x is squared plus 3. So this will be 2. 2 squared is what? 4. So this will be times 4. And 4 is coming because I'm squaring this 2. On this, I'm going to add a 3. So this is 8 plus a 3 to give me my answer as what? 8 plus 3. Let me see who picks the microphone first to tell us that answer. 8 plus 3.
11.
11.
11.
The answer is 11.
11.
11.
Okay, it's 11. We know.
11.
We know now it's 11.
11.
So
11.
the 11 comes here. So the 11 comes there.
11.
And I'm going to close everyone's microphone to give chance to whoever wants to do for us at least one item from the domain set to give us what will be its image the other side. You can pick -1, you can pick 0, you can pick 1. I have already picked 2, you can pick 3. And we are going to start with, John has been on for some time. Let me hear from Ethan. Ethan, you can go on.
I'm going to do 1.
You're going to do 1.
Yes.
Negative or positive?
Positive.
Okay. I'm going to add for your screen here. I will help to do it from this side. The previous lesson, I tried to open the screen for people to write. It helped me to confirm that people were just in senior 1. They had not actually gone to senior 2. So this time round, I'm not opening the screen. Okay, Ethan is picking 1. So the relation is 2x squared plus 3. Yes, Ethan, you can proceed from there.
So since x is 1, and it's x squared, it's 1 times 2. So the answer is 2.
Oh, this, no, follow the steps. So this will be 2 into bracket 1 squared
plus 3.
3. Yes, you were saying since 1 squared is 1, then this is 2x times 1. Is that so?
Yes.
Okay, plus a 3.
Yes. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 3, 5.
Is 5. So your answer becomes 5 for Ethan gets 5 as his answer for 1. Okay. Ethan has got for us 5. Who else is trying? I saw some Amina. Yes, Ethan, I think that is correct. I'm going to lower everyone's hand to see how many people agree with Ethan's answer. I've lowered everyone's hand. Can someone support Ethan? Have you tried out and you believe Ethan is correct? Joy confirms Ethan is correct. Yes, Ayo, Ethan himself. Do we have 2 Ethans, I think? Who else is confirming? Someone is using ITEL. Crystal, Joel confirms. Okay, I think Ethan, your answer is correct. People have confirmed. 10 people have confirmed. So I'll lower people's hands and give chance to Amina. Amina, I'd already given you a chance. Which one are you showing us?
I'm showing -1.
-1. People are running away from -1. Are you going to manage it?
Yes.
Okay. Which school is that?
Boya Senior School.
Amina. What? The school is what?
Boya Senior School.
Buwaya.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what the Buwaya team can show us this afternoon. I pray you represent them so well. Those people who are trying out, kindly try out such that you confirm whether Buwaya Senior School can give us the correct answer. So where do we start from, Amina?
We state the formula 2.
It's not called the formula. It's called what?
A relation.
Yes, it's a relation, yes.
We state the relation. So when x is -1,
yes,
we are going to write 2 into brackets -1 squared plus 3. The next step is 2 times 1 plus 3. The reason I've said 1 is because -1 squared is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. And when you add 2 to 3, the answer is 5.
Yeah, that's correct. It's correct.
Are people having that? Do people have that? Have they even tried? I'm lowering people's hands to see if Hamina had it correctly. Sharifa confirms, Aaron confirms, Kaya still believes that is the correct thing. 7 people, 8 people confirms that. Huh? How about Amina herself?
Yes.
Amina, yes, you have to confirm. 12 people. Okay, we are good to go. So 5. What happens to 5 now? Where do I write 5?
We write the 5 in front of, following the arrow of -1 is where we write it. So it shows that -1 is mapped onto 5.
I write 5 2 times?
No, you write it once.
Oh, I leave the 5 that was there.
Yes, so it shows that -1 is mapped into 5.
Okay. Yeah, I think Amina got it right. There are some times where one object can be mapped to the same image. Like you can see 5 has done it for us here. -1 and 1 is all giving us the answer as 5. So later on, we'll get to understand why does that happen? And if there is so, can it be categorized? And it will lead us to what we call the types of mapping. Sometimes one can be too many and so many like that. We'll get to see later on when we reach there. Thank you, Amina from Buwaya Senior Secondary School. You've represented them so well. I'm lowering people's hands to give chance to whoever is ready to give us the next attempt. Peace, are you giving us something? Oh, sorry, Aaron, drop that microphone. It's for Peace. Peace?
Yes, teacher.
From where, Peace?
From Indeje, SS.
Deji? Yeah,
Yes.
Deji has now a number of people here on the call. Okay, represent them so well. You're giving us which one?
0.
You're giving us 0. Is 0
Yes.
possible? Are you sure it will give us the answer?
Yeah.
0. Okay. Let's wait and see. You people, Ndeje Secondary School has picked 0. You do the same. On your piece of paper, try out 0 and you'll help us to confirm if it's true. Peace, proceed. What do I do?
2x squared plus 3.
What is this?
I don't know.
What is this we've written?
I've forgotten the name.
Oh, it's called the relation. It's relating the two sets.
Okay. So we go 2 into 0. Squared plus 3. 2 times 0 plus 3. So the reason why I've said 2 times 0 is because 0 squared is 0. So 2 times 0 again is 0. So we write 0 plus 3.
Okay, 0 plus 3, correct.
Which is equals to 3.
Okay. She gets her answer as 3. And for those who have been trying, I'm lowering everyone's hand to see if she gets any person to support. Boldly her. Now, this is a hard name to pronounce, but as confirmed, Aaron has confirmed, Jonathan has confirmed, 12 people. I think this is correct. Thank you, Peace, from DJ SS, and I feel you've represented them so well. I'm going to put a 3 for 0 here. And we only have one last object to map, and we are going to map it to what? I see so many hands up. I want to know who is going to give us. And I know if my co-hosts are still here.
Yes, you are still there.
Okay, pick for me the last person. Okay. Who is speaking first? This is who? Esther, pick for me the last person to do the last number. That is 3, the hardest maybe. Esther, who should do for us that last number? Is Esther still? Matthew. Okay. Yeah, Matthew's hand is up. Matthew can proceed from there. As you people are trying it out on your piece of paper to see if Matthew can get us the correct answer. Matthew?
Yes, teacher, the answer is 15.
The answer is 15. No, that was too fast. Matthew, which school is that?
Bishop Cyprian Changiri.
Matthew, this is Bishop Cyprian.
Oui.
Okay, proceed. Bishop Cyprian, hope you get it correct. What do we do?
You get 2x squared plus 3.
Yes.
2 into brackets 3.
Into bracket 3, yes. Squared.
Squared plus 3.
Plus 3. I hope you know you're doing the hardest, so go very, very slow. Shouldn't shame your score. Yeah.
2.
2, yes.
In 2 brackets, 6.
Yes. 6.
Yes, because 3 times 2 is 6 plus 3.
Plus 3.
Then
Yes.
we get 2 times 6
2 times 6
plus 3
plus 3.
equals 12
12, yes.
plus 3.
Plus 3. Now, hey, Matthew, the way people are putting up their hands, hope no one is objecting what you're doing. This gives us
15.
Oh, or maybe people are in favor of what you've done. All right, Matthew gives us 15 and is claiming you can always get it that way. And I know people who are scanning Matthew. Now the 12 hands. Okay, I'm going to put everyone's hand down to confirm how many people support 15 before I can put it to this side. Can I see the hand? Yes, Goldie. 2 hands, 3 hands support that answer. 4 hands now. Okay. 5 hands. Shira Suvi. At least I've interacted with the Shira Suvi. Okay, someone who has put up the hand, you should tell us which answer you have. Let me hear from Gold. I don't know how to pronounce this name. Can you help us on how they pronounce this name? 10 hands so far. The first person to put up the hand was Gold. Please open your hand, your mouth, microphone, and speak to us, or else I give. Okay, let me give a chance to Namtebi. Namtebi, tell us, do you have your answers 15? Namtebi? Do you have your answers 15?
No, it's 21.
I wanted people who were supporting this. Okay, Namtebi has a different answer. She claims the answer is 21. Okay, let me put people's hands down for now. I want to know how many people have 15 for now. 15. If you are. Answer is 15. One person. Do you have your answers 15?
Yes.
Danny? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I see only 7 hands up. Okay, let me see how many people believe this is not a correct answer. How many people believe this is not a correct answer? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Hands are many, 18, 19, 20. Let me pick one hand from here to explain why the answer is not correct. 23. Matthew, can I give you a chance to defend if your answer is correct? Matthew? Matthew, say something. Okay, Matthew, make sure you look through that. Meanwhile, let me give chance to who has not spoken here. Katungi, Victor. What is your answer?
My answer here is 21.
21.
Yeah.
Okay, Victor, thank you. Let me hear from Alisa. Alisa, what is your answer? Okay, Alisa is not Kiria. I think the microphone has an issue. Who else has not spoken? Yes, Vanessa. Vanessa who? Vanessa?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is what?
The answer is 21.
21. Vanessa confirms. Okay, can someone, I'm going to lower everyone's hand here. Someone should put up the hand to show us where the mistake is. Hands already. Okay, let me see who has not spoken. Vivi, someone has a name called Vivi.
Yes,
Okay.
so where people are misunderstanding is in the 3 squared. People are looking at 3 squared as 6, yet it's 9. So that's the mistake.
The mistake is here. I also thought
Yes.
no one would detect that, but I think for Matthew, that was a very big error. Kindly never do that again. Mathematically, that one means you really erred. Thank you, Vivi. I didn't get the school, but she has pointed at where the mistake is. So can someone give us the correct answer now, finally? Elijah, are you able to give us the correct steps? Elijah?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get in this. Matthew, thank you. Kindly revise that such that it can always give us the correct answer. Yes, Elijah, you can pick up from there. What do I do?
So 2.
2, yes.
2, and in the brackets there's 6.
6, yes. 6 again.
No, I mean 3.
Yes, 3.
Then squared.
Yes.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
The following step is 2.
3
squared is 9.
9, correct.
Plus 3.
Yes.
Now we get 2 times 9 plus 3.
2 times 9 plus 3.
Then 18 plus 3.
18 plus 3, yes.
Then our final answer is 21.
The final answer is 21. The final answer is 21. Okay.
Yes.
I think everyone agrees with 21. I'm lowering people's hands to confirm if 21 is their answer. How many people confirm that 21 is their answer? Of course, many of them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that one is confirmed. 21. I'm going to leave a task here for all of us to quickly give me the answers. And this is the guideline. You're going to copy it on a piece of paper. Make sure you write your name on that piece of paper. I'm going to open the WhatsApp group. Post your answer quickly on that WhatsApp group. I'm going to display those items here such that the whole class can see. The next task that is ahead of us here is, let me see. Now, these answers could have been, okay. These answers could have been correct, but I don't want to guarantee. So, the relation they've given us is, they've given you the domain, they've given you the range. They want you to tell us which one is a factor of what. For example, 2 is a factor of what, the other side. You're going to put on a piece of paper and tell us this is a factor of that. And I will open WhatsApp to read, see what you have for now. 2 is a factor of what? So pick an arrow from 2, take it to the right destination. Pick an arrow on 3, take it to the right destination. And some of them are, of course, repeating. For example, 2 is a factor of both 4 and 8, as if you will confirm that later. So take the arrows such that they are able to tell us which one is the factor of 2. Which one is a factor? 2 is a factor of what? 3 is a factor of what? 4 is a factor of what? I see hands up. I don't know if there are questions. Let me lower everyone's hand. Put up your hand if you've not understood the task. I'm opening WhatsApp immediately such that you post your answers there. Yes, Namtebi? Namtebi?
I have not understood, sir.
I said you're supposed to tell us 2 is a factor of what? For example, 2 could be a factor
Is
of
a
what?
factor of 4.
2 is a factor of what?
Of 4 and 8.
4 and 8. Okay. I will close everyone's microphone. People may think the answers here. Someone has given us an idea that 2 is a factor of 4. Like that. 2 is a factor of 8. Like that.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
On the chat, there are numbers that you should add on the group.
Okay. Now I'm going to share a WhatsApp link such that they join, but also maybe Daniela, write them down, you'll send to me directly. I'm opening the WhatsApp. WhatsApp group. Those who are posting their numbers, I'm going to add them, so you shouldn't worry. And Okay, I'm trying to go through your work. Sorry, I was trying to go through your work on WhatsApp here, and it's like everyone has got this right. And I'm going to close WhatsApp the other side. And every time we try this out, students fail to come back from WhatsApp to class. So I'm going to reshare the Zoom link such that it brings you to WhatsApp immediately here. But I'm also going to close WhatsApp such that you people don't remain on WhatsApp. Yeah, a very good number of people have sent in their work, and that is a very good sign that today people are writing. I will be sampling out what people have written, but for now, come back to class. I'm going to close the WhatsApp group now such that it stops receiving your work. For those who have not sent in, send it directly to me. I will forward it to the group, but also maybe try to send it later when we open the WhatsApp group. I've received work from Kamia Caro, and apart from putting those borders, she must have got everything right. From Saku, SSS. And there is another work here from a person who doesn't have their name, but the work seems to be correct as well. And then Vivi, finally. Vivi is from, I interacted with Vivi and see if I didn't write it anywhere here, but at least Vivi has been good here. She has participated, at least I've seen your work as well. Then this is from no name Paul. Someone has a name Paul. And I've seen that most of you are writing, but you're not putting those borders. Yeah, good work here from a person whose name is not there as well. And Ndagire. This is Tendo Elizabeth. Notable, but the work looks very, very good. And this is work from no name as well, but I've saved this contact as Angel. Maybe she's the one. And this is also good. Now, what I've observed is that most people are not putting those borders to show that this is the domain, this is the range. Godly Manhunter. This is a hard name, but he has also sent in his work, put the border very well, but he has not passed everything. So make sure you show us that 2 is a factor of all those values where 2 is a factor. And this is from Pretty, and I think that is good work as well. And if your camera is not good, try to hold your phone a little hard such that it can take that photo. Arnold has also given us good work there. So I'm going to give chance to someone, person or two, to give us what they have, and quickly we'll conclude on this. 2 is a factor of what and what and what and what. Put your hand up. Yare ma namtebi. Start from there.
2 is a factor of 4, 6,
Give us
and 8.
About 2. Is a factor of 4?
6.
6.
And 8.
And 8. Correct. And let's give chance to who else here? My co-host, speak for me, someone person. The co-host here. Esther, did you have something? Or you wanted to pick for us someone? Esther?
I wanted to pick someone.
Go ahead.
The same.
The lesson 10 says
Okay. Sorry about that. My network dropped a little. You had picked who?
Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold, you can proceed. Arnold. Who?
He has lowered his hand.
Pick, hello?
Hello.
Okay, my network was off. I couldn't hear whoever had been picked. Who was trying to give us for 3?
So I had picked Hug Arnold, but he has lowered his hand. I think Daniela should pick.
Okay, Daniela, pick for us one last person, or else we pick at random.
Michaela.
Michaela. Okay, proceed.
Three is the factor
Three.
of 6,
Yes.
and 3 is also a factor of 9.
Yeah, correct. I think that is perfect. Pick for me the last person to give us for 4. Esther, you're picking who?
Peace Bree.
Peace Bree. Proceed.
Yeah, 4 is a factor of 4 and 4 is a factor of 8.
4 is a factor of 4 and 4 is a factor of 8. Perfect. Now, what I want to discourage is students who are writing in WhatsApp and they're writing 2, 3, 4. Like that, they were writing 4, they were writing 6, they were writing 8, they were writing 9, and they are going ahead and do this. This one, well, maybe I'm assuming you were in a hurry, but make sure you put borders to show that this is a domain and to show that this is a range. Arrows are moving from here to this side.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
Infinix Smart 5 has a question.
Infinix, talk to us. Infinix, please talk to us.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I've just joined and I'm asking if you can please send me some notes, please, teacher, because I've just joined.
Okay, that will be immediately after the lesson. Remind me.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
What is your name?
Excuse.
Desire, senior one blue.
It is what? The name is what?
Nabanga Desire, senior one blue.
Desire. Okay.
Yeah, senior one. Thank you so much, teacher.
Desire, which school is that?
Wampeo Ntake.
Wampeo.
Yeah, Ntake.
Senior one blue. Okay, you're welcome, Desire. Make sure you remind me I send you the notes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please. That is who?
Amina has a question.
Amina?
Yeah.
Amina, please. Amina, we really don't have enough time.
Teacher, thank you for your opportunity.
Mm.
Teacher, I'm asking you to help me with a method of listing the factors.
A method of listing the factors.
In power form.
In power form. Okay, we may not have enough time to talk about factors, but it's a topic that was covered under numbers, or it will be covered again. But maybe what I can say for now is that you will have to read more about that because of time. But for example, factors of 4, Okay, maybe let me pick factors of 8, for example. You will have to find some time and read about it. The first factor of 8 is 1, and any number that divides 8 completely without a remainder is always a factor of that number, and 1 is compulsory. In most cases, it divides, of course, everything, and 1 and 8. So when you divide 8 by 1, the answer is 8. So 8 becomes a factor itself, the answer you get. So you try 2 and see. If 2 is also a factor, then you write it. When you divide 8 by 2, you get it is possible. It divides and 2 becomes a factor. And when you divide 8 by 2, what is your answer? 4. So 4 becomes also a factor like that. And once you reach 4, because 3 is not true, 4 is correct. And 8 divided by 4, it gives you the answer as 2. So you start repeating. And once you start repeating this, then you would have exhausted all the factors of 8. You'll get some time and read more about this. I really don't want to talk about this for now, but just in case you find some time, we can always talk about it. Otherwise, for now, we are talking about the domain and range, and we have been able to successfully map our domain to the range, or we've successfully mapped our our objects to the image, and we are now good to go. So in the next slide, we now want to introduce mapping types, and I had given you this assignment. We are going to take about 20 minutes talking about these types quickly, and I will leave you with an assignment, and that will mark our lesson today. So before I introduce the types of mappings, I'm going to request that we relax a little bit. And if this was a physical class, maybe you'll stand and we sing a little bit. Unfortunately, it's not physical. I'm going to request someone to tell us something funny. I don't know which one is funny, who can make us laugh. And but also, before someone gives us that, I'm going to open your microphone such that everyone says at least hello, to test your voice, but also relax a little bit. I want to hear someone say something before we give chance to someone to tell us something.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
What's up? Yes.
Test your microphone.
Hello. Hello, Tomato. Hello.
Okay, that is enough, I think, for now. If you've not tested your microphone, then what you're going. I'm going to give chance to one person to give us something that can make the whole class smile. It could be a story, very nice story. It could be a question. It could be anything. John, you want to give us?
You said you want someone to just make somebody laugh.
But let me first open people's microphone. I don't know if they will laugh. Are you ready to make them laugh?
Yeah. It's just...
You, are you ready to laugh anyway? Will you? Okay, let's give John a chance.
Okay, this is just a meme I found on TikTok. Someone said, what if David, that guy in the Bible, was shooting this stone to this giant?
Hold on. John, first hold on. Now people are already laughing before you tell us. Okay, proceed. What if John of the Bible?
What if David from the Bible was throwing this tiny pebble, this stone, to the giant, and he accidentally missed? What would you think would happen to him? Imagine the beatings that he would have received.
Okay. John has reminded us of a funny story in the Bible. Obviously, there was no way David would miss that big man. Otherwise, people would just break him down. Otherwise, he had collected, I think, the whole world, the whole country or something. And after people had that I can be killed, then David said he would kill him using a small stone. Yeah, God made him kill that man. Otherwise, if he had not killed him, I really don't know. Yeah, John, that was very good. Jamila,
Excuse
do you
me,
have something
teacher.
similar? Yes, please.
Excuse me, teacher. People in the chat are saying it's not funny, and yeah, and one is saying that can you put back on the previous screen?
Okay. Yeah, what if it's not funny? Let's hear from Jamila and see maybe she has something funny. Funny.
It's
Okay,
some
Jamila.
teacher.
Hmm.
It is something similar.
Yes.
That Adam and Eve, we thank God that Adam and Eve were not Chinese, because if they were the snake.
Now I have missed that because of your network, but it's talking about Adam and Eve eating that snake. I really don't know. Maybe I don't know what could have happened if Adam had eaten that. Anyway, your network was not very good, but at least I had it. Nancy. Similar.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon, Nancy.
I just have a poem.
Yes, is it
goes like
short enough?
this. Okay, I'm going to make it short.
Okay, move faster.
Uganda. Uganda's up with wonderful creatures like Kappa Cat, animals like Jose Chameleon and Crystal Panda, but stones like Ronald Mainja, Bud Black and Zoe Brown, flowers like Nina Rose, communication medias like radio, rest in peace, light rays like Rachel Ray and Reggie, Vaseline's like Irene Tale, gravitational forces like Gravity Mutuju, the chosen ones like Chosen Blood and Chosen Becky, pain like Zexi Vilangi, rest in peace.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. At least, yeah, that was a good one. How I wish you can write it for us in the chat. Or if it's not possible to write it in the chat, I really don't know. I want to read the whole of it. I had the animals, I had the light rays, and so on. Okay, maybe because of time, we'll proceed. Otherwise, if we had enough time, we would hear something funny for people here to laugh. Thank you, John. Thank you, whoever gave us. What is it? Someone had to say something? Okay, as we wait for people to say later on, I don't know if you're able to hear me. My co-hosts, are you able to hear me? I'm starting to doubt it. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to talk about mapping types. Now, these mapping types are going to enter us into the next lesson next week, which will talk about functions. If you don't understand the mapping types, then you'll struggle when we are talking about functions. I want to see by show of hands if you did some research on any of the types of mappings and you want to share with us any of those types. Your hand up. Which type did you discover? What is its definition? Do you have an example for it in your life? I'm going to, I want to hear from, John has given us many contributions. Sharifa, start with Sharifa. Sharifa, did your hand go down? Okay, the hand has gone down. Okay, let's hear from John. Which type did you discover?
I discovered one-to-many.
One-to-many. Is it a type?
Yes.
One-to-many. Okay,
One
what
to
does
many.
it mean?
It's a mapping or relation where a single element in the domain is associated with multiple elements in the range.
Element.
Where a single element in the domain is associated with multiple elements.
Okay, to multiple.
The real life situation where we can observe one-to-many mapping is a customer can buy many items, but each item is bought by one customer, and the relationship between a teacher and the students is that a teacher can teach many students, but each of those students is taught by one teacher. A car maker can produce different models of cars, but each model is produced by one car maker.
Okay, I think that is a very good one, John. It's a very good research. I've liked the one of the one for the teacher. Ideally, I work with Mbali Secondary School, and each class here, averagely, is about 1,000 students. Now, 1,000 is about 8 or 9 streams. About 1,000, that's a very big number. And on assembly, we have the whole school. That is about 5,000 students standing, and one teacher is talking to all of them. So in most cases, I'm assuming it's the teacher talking. One head teacher is talking, is addressing to 5,000. That is the best example for one-to-many kind of relationship. I think that was a good one. Then a customer buying goods, and also the car maker. I think these are very good ideas from John. Can I hear from the next person who researched anything? The second was Namtebi. Namtebi, is your hand still up? Namtebi? Namtebi, your hand has gone down. Okay. Matthew, what did you research about?
Which I discovered many to one.
Many to one, okay. Many to one. Yes, what does it say?
Yes. This is a situation where many items are grouped in one.
Yes, real life. Did you get any real life?
Like many people go to like money lenders for loans.
Oh, many people. And
Loans.
One money lender. Yeah, but assuming this one can only be correct if the money lender is one. Assuming the money lender is one, it's a good one. The next one was many to one.
One shop in a big community.
One what?
Writing.
Let them close their microphone apart from
shop in a big community.
Matthew, hold on. Let people close their microphones apart from Matthew. Yes, Matthew can proceed. Matthew, yes.
One shop in a big community.
One shop
in a big community.
In a big community. How is this many to one?
Many if there is no other.
Or many people visit it. Okay. Many people visit that one shop if the community is big and the shop is one. I think that is a good one. Who else researched about anything? Thank you, Matthew. Namutebi.
I'm going to mention 4 types of mappings, but I'm going to explain only one.
Okay, pick the one you're explaining.
Many-to-one relation mappings.
Many-to-one. Huh? That one has been given.
What about one-to-many relations?
One-to-many, they've given that as well.
I can explain it like if the diagram.
Which one are you explaining? Which one had you prepared to explain?
One-to-one relation.
First, wait. Which one had you prepared to explain?
Many-to-one relation.
Many-to-one. Start with that.
Pupils got the following grades in a test. Barbara got grade B. Musa got grade B. Also, Fatuma got grade B. Aisha got grade B. Aida got grade A. And Eva got grade C. And Dawood, the last one, got grade A. Then this information can be shown in a domain and range according to their grades.
Okay, at least I've seen that many of these students have got grade D. Is that true?
Yes.
That is a very good example of many-to-one type of mapping. Okay, because of time, I will not give chance to any other person. Whoever did research, thank you. And I pray that at the right time, you're going to post your research on WhatsApp such that everyone benefits. Those who are writing, get where to write. The first type of mapping is called one-to-one mapping. And one-to-one mapping is very, very common. Normally, one-to-one mapping is very, very common. And for those who have never interacted with one-to-one mapping, we mean every one item this side is mapped to only one image in the domain. We don't have anything that is being mapped to more than one. And the best example here that we can talk about, like I had said earlier, is if we are considering East Africa, for example, and the flags of East Africa. You have Uganda with its flag, we have Kenya with its flag, and so on. And also, another example in real life we can talk about here is in Christianity. If you're marrying, it must be one wife. So every husband is married to one woman. Every man is mapped to one woman in Christianity. But if, of course, when you cross to our friends, the Muslims, for them, instead, they have one man is mapped to more than one woman. But in Christianity, biblically, that is a one-to-one example of a mapping. And so many other possible real-life situations where we always use to one-to-one. Can someone give me a real-life example of one-to-one relation? I've talked about the flags, talked about the Christianity teaching about marriage. Who can give us an example? Put your hand up. It should be a short one. It should not be very long. One-to-one. Okay, no one seems to have one-to-one. Okay. And mathematically, one-to-one can be explained using an example below. There is an example here. There is an example here for us. There is an example here for us. They are telling us that if you have, for example, there is a mapping relation they've given us here, and they are telling us that they are getting 3. Let me maybe give chance to one person to confirm to us. Okay, I will do the first one. What is the answer when x is 3? I will do it very fast. They have given us a relation as 3x plus 1. And when x is 3, it will be 3 times 3 plus 1. And this will be 3 times 3. The answer is 9 plus 1 to give us 10. It's our answer. So 10 is our answer. So if this is 10, there is no any other answer. There is no any other value that can give us 10 according to this domain here. That's why it is only 3 that is giving us 10 as its answer. Maybe these hands want to do for us 1. Namtebi, do you want to do for us 1?
Yes.
Doing which one?
That of 5.
That of 5. Let me see 5. 5, what does it say? This is 3. X plus 1. Okay. When x is 5, proceed.
3 into 5 plus 1.
Plus 1, yes.
3 times 5 plus 1.
3 times 5.
Plus 1.
Yes.
15 plus 1.
You give us?
The answer is 1. The answer is 16.
16, correct. And that must be correct. This is 16. And who is giving us the last one because of time? Nancy, your network was not good. Let me just give you the last chance and see. Nancy, you're doing for us what?
7.
Doing for us 7. Okay.
3x plus 1. X is equal to 7. Three into brackets, 7 plus 1. And 3 times 7 plus 1.
Yes.
That's 21 plus 1 equals to 22.
Equals to 22. And I'm praying hopefully that the answer is 22. Okay, the last one, no one is giving me. Just mention for us the answer for the last one because of time. The microphones are open. The answer
28. 28.
28.
The last one, answer is 28.
The answer is
28.
28.
That is correct. So what you've seen here is an example of a one-to-one relationship. There is no way 3 can. There is no way 3 can give you 22. That's why it's a very good example for a one-to-one relationship. The second type of mapping is called one-to-many. And one-to-many means I wanted to cover this up before I can talk about one-to-many. One-to-many, numbers are mapped to more than one number. And the real life example here, someone had already talked about it, is a teacher at a school. A teacher teaches many students, and many students listen to a teacher, of course. And I'm looking at, I gave you an example of a school where the head teacher is addressing an assembly, but also you can use so many real life examples like John had given us. One-to-many. And another example I can pick here is a parent. I'm assuming this is your father, has many children in most cases, if God has blessed with more than one child. And another example I can look at here is maybe a plant. It could be one plant. Normally it has many branches. I've never seen a plant with only one branch. If it's there, then it's a rare one. But normally plants have, and many things at home, where you stay, one to many. Can I get one example of real life? Crystal, you have an example of a real life one to many? Crystal, yes.
Well, teacher, for me, my example. Teacher.
Yes, I'm hearing, Crystal.
For me, my example is when we go to church, the pastor stands in front and preaches, and the other people listen.
Okay, the other people listen. It is almost related to the one at school, but pastor to the congregation is another very good example of one to many. Thank you, Crystal. And any other person? I think for now, we can leave it at that point. And we had seen this example in the previous task that we did is a factor of. So you realize that 2 is a factor of 4. Then 3 is a factor of 9, but also 3 is a factor of 21. And this mathematically, 3 is 1 here, and it is being mapped to more than one item this side. It is almost equivalent to a pastor being in front and many people attending that service. Equivalent to the head teacher being in front of an assembly. And 5 is a factor of 5, and 5 is a factor of 25. This one is a perfect example of one to many. Take a screenshot of this and we proceed because we really don't have enough time here. We are left with about only 5 minutes to go. Take a screenshot of this and we look at the next one. And the next one we are going to talk about is type 3, and that is many to one. And many to one is very, very popular. Many to one is very popular. And many to one means you have more than one number being mapped to the same number. More than one being mapped to the same number. And I don't know if anyone researched about that. Do we have anyone who researched about the real life of many to one? Or if you have an example to that, where you have one object and it has more than, where you have many objects, but they give you the same answer. Yes. Ramsha. This is a hard name as well. Quickly, we don't have time. I'll give a new chance. Okay, Desire.
Teacher. Like I'm trying, teacher.
Yes, please.
Like one MP rules one district, and a district has more than one village. So it's many villages to one MP.
Oh, many villages to one MP. Yeah, it's a good one. Many villages,
to one.
Many villages with
one
MP. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, that is a good one, Desire. And let's see, John. John has been so good today. Let me hear if he has a correct one as well.
Like many customers to one shop.
Yes, many customers.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
I was just requesting for you to like post the Excel work on the WhatsApp group so that the people that joined in the course of the lesson can get a hint of what we have been studying.
Oh, this presentation?
Yes.
Okay, I will do that just in case I don't remember. Someone should remind me here. I'm going to leave my number in the chat. It is very unfortunate I've not read through this chat. 8, 20, 12. Just in case I forget, just request for these notes in my inbox, and but I'll remember to put it there. Let's get from Martha. Martha, do you have a real life example?
Yes, teacher. The one I have is a relationship between people and their God. For example, yes, many people worship one God.
People and God. Yes, that is many people to one God. Yes.
So
And I don't know if,
another
yes, you have many.
China family.
Mm.
Like all the children are mapped to one father.
Oh, the father is always one, if you're very sure. Anyway, all children, one father. Yeah, but this is only true after the DNA. Normally, you don't take it for granted, because even in the hospital, they can change your child if you're not keen. So, but I presume that is correct. I've not heard from Mundagire Esther. Let me know which one is yours.
Teacher, mine can be like many multiples to one number.
Many multiples to one number. Yes, multiples. And number. Yeah, that is mathematical, but a very good one. Okay, my co-hosts, do we have anything in the chat? This is Kwagala. What is it?
I was giving an example.
Yes, proceed. Give us.
Many employees are under one manager.
Or employees and the manager. Yeah, normally. That is correct. Employees and the manager. You see, when the manager appears like this, people take off. They want to show the manager that because he's always one anyway. So that is it. So for now, maybe we may not talk so much about that because of time.
Excuse me, teacher.
Because of a number. Yes, please.
I think Desire has a question.
But shall we hear from Desire of Senior 1B? Desire. Senior 1 what? Was it green?
Blue.
Senior 1 blue. Yes, Desire.
Teacher. Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, I can hear you, Desire.
Teacher, it's Senior 2 blue.
Yes, Senior 2 blue.
So, teacher, you've been talking about the WhatsApp group. Which one is it?
Senior 2 blue. Okay, I'm going to share the WhatsApp group. It's for Holistic E-Learning Platform. You're not on the group?
Yeah.
It's okay. Let me put the link here. You'll join. Make sure you join.
Okay, teacher. Thank you so much.
And oh, that is not the group link. Can someone share the group link? Unfortunately, I pasted a wrong one. If anyone has the group link near, can you share it? And I think we are getting late. I want to show you the last example. And the last example is many to many. And many to many, the best example I can talk about here is many to many. What is that? Desire?
Yes, teacher.
Your microphone is open. I almost thought you had something to say.
No, teacher.
Okay. Okay. Read more about many to many type of relationship and type of mapping because of time. Allow me post the exercise that I want us to do this evening. And I had a lot that we were supposed to talk about, but
can you take back to many to many?
Many to many, okay. Yes, it's there. Take a screenshot. I want to take direct to the exercise and we get out of here because of The link to that WhatsApp group is there, Desire. Teacher,
Okay.
many to one as well. Okay. Someone wants many to one. Huh. Yeah, but many to one, it's far. Many to one. And there is an example here when they are voting. Many people, when they are voting, I'm assuming at school here where people line up, maybe a class counselor, you see many people lining up for one person if that is the person they love. And for those who have been following, okay, I don't want to relate this to music, but for those who follow Bibulu, when musicians come, there is always that many to one kind of relationship, depending on which musician has come that day. And you will always see people put up their hands and so many other things. So many to one is so common, and I pray that you remember it when we are talking about it. So I want to go direct to the, okay. I want to speak, I'm going to open your microphones, test this again, such that I am sure I'm talking to people.
Yes.
Okay. Which type of mapping is this? Which type of mapping is this?
One-to-one mapping.
One.
One-to-one. One-to-one mapping.
Okay, this is one-to-one mapping. This
One
one is
to
what?
One-to-many.
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 One-to-one mapping.
One-to-many mapping.
One-to-many mappings.
One-to-many mapping.
One-to-many.
This is the one-to-many. This is the one-to-many mapping. This one is the one-to-many mapping because 16 is mapped to 16 and this. So this becomes one-to-many. Let me display this one. Which type of mapping is this? Put up your hand and tell us. Number 3 is which type of mapping? Yes, Kerry. Karen? Karen. Okay, Karen is not ready. Venus. Venus.
So which one?
This one, number 3.
It's
many to one.
Many
to one. Many to one.
Okay. Correct. This is many to one, a type of mapping. And the last one, I think the last one was number 3 was the last one. And just to be sure, first one is one-to-one. Second one is one-to-many. The next one is many-to-one type of mapping. And because of time, we are going to leave this exercise here. There is an exercise here. Kindly take a screenshot of this. I'm opening WhatsApp such that whoever finished can put their answer in WhatsApp. Unfortunately, there is too much rain here. I can't hear what most of you are going to be talking. Tried my best to make sure I learn something. I pray that you remember this. I pray that you remember at least 1 or 2 things we studied, such that helps you answer this work that I'm doing. So there are 4 questions. Kindly go through them and post your answers on WhatsApp at the right time. And I want to thank you for attending the lesson. I'm going to give chance to one person to give us a closing prayer, but I'm going to remain here, interact with you to find out if there is any question that you want to ask about the Holistic Learning Platform, especially our lessons. The question could be mathematics, or it could be a question outside mathematics. It could be anything you want to know, but that will be after the closing prayer. But before the closing prayer, let me confirm if Given, do you want to give us a closing prayer? Given, you want to give us a closing prayer? Okay, Given doesn't seem to be ready. All these people have been talking to us. Okay. Given, are you giving us a closing prayer?
Yeah.
Okay, at the right time, you're going to give us the closing prayer. Given, just hold on. Before the closing prayer, Given, of course, is going to give us the closing prayer. Do we have anyone with a question before I can give a chance to Given give us a closing prayer? Put your hand up if there is any question. Yes, please.
Teacher, I wanted to know if you're going to have a lesson next week.
Yeah, we are going to have a lesson for math, the last one.
Next week?
Yes, we'll talk about function.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, please. Any other question if it's there? Okay. Yes, Crystal?
Excuse me, sir. When are we studying ICT?
ICT, when are we studying ICT? Oh,
No, I
that
don't
is a hard question. Sorry?
I
will
don't
check
see
it.
it.
Teacher, when are we
Okay, if it's
Teacher,
not
when
in
are we
the
studying
timetable,
ICT?
then it will be communicated if it's there. But at least what I know for now is that anything on the timetable, you can study it. Anything not on the timetable, going to be very hard. But you can have personal work maybe. I personally teach ICT at Balices. So you can always share with me anything you want to ask about ICT if at all it misses the timetable.
Okay, thank you, sir.
This person using Infinix. Infinix. Okay, Matthew, what is your question?
What time do we submit the work on the WhatsApp?
At what time do you submit the work on WhatsApp? Let's use 5 p.m. At 5. I'm giving you about 1 hour to prepare. Okay. Infinix. Okay. Give us the closing prayer such that we enter into an open discussion after the recording. Give us a closing prayer.
Okay, guys, listening to me, may we pray. We thank you, Almighty Father in heaven, for giving us one more chance for attending to our teacher. We ask you to give us the brains to store what he has given to us so that we can excel in our educations. Give us good health to attend more lessons, and we pray all this for in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Giffen, your microphones are now open. You can mention amen at least as you go.
Amen.
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 All right.
Amen.